Bench players don't make money. Bench players don't have a legacy. I want to be known as one of the greatest, man.
Chris Smoove has been entertaining people with his commentary over gameplay and eventually moving into the coverage of the NBA since joining the YouTube community back in February of 2008. His first YouTube video, titled Ben Wallace Spin Move Plus Jumper LOL, would be the start of an incredible YouTube career that seems to be growing by the day. At the time of this recording, Smoove has over 4.5 million subscribers on YouTube, where he averages just under 1 million views daily. However, in the last 30 days alone, Chris has generated just over 29 million views on YouTube, according to socialblade.com. He also has partnerships with 2K, PS4, and McDonald's, to name a few. All of these endorsements and partnerships have helped Chris earn an estimated net worth of $6 million, according to nabuzz.com. What's going on, guys? My name is Bronstein, and today we're looking at the financial come up of the one and only 2K GOAT himself, Chris Smoove, and what he spends his fortune on here for you on The Rich Life. We actually just did it before they're famous on Chris because you guys kept asking for it, so we figured why not do a Rich Life as well. Now, today's trivia question is also a follow-up from our trivia question in the Before They Were Famous video. So, I want to know, when Chris Smoove's channel was Chris7182954, what were the reasonings for the number? Did that make sense? What were the reasonings for the number? What was his reasoning for the numbers? Let me know in the comments down below. Also, be sure to let us know in the comments who you guys want to see next, and I'll see you after the intro. Chris Smoove was born on November 27th, 1985. He's currently living in South Florida, according to both his Twitter and Instagram page, although the exact city is unknown. But I'm pretty sure it's Fort Lauderdale, like almost positive now that I did my research. He gained quite a following on YouTube for posting commentary over his NBA2K gameplay, but also played first-person shooters, including Call of Duty. His charismatic catchphrases like "I make it splash man," "Shot clock cheese," and "That's a Smoove move" quickly stuck with his fans. This would help him grow his YouTube following into the millions, but if you guys want to hear more about Chris Smoove's come up, you gotta be sure to check out our Before They Were Famous that we literally just did on him, because you guys kept asking for it. And you know what? Speaking of his Before They Were Famous, well, if you haven't seen it by now, I shit the bed. I really f***ed up. Just roll the clip. PS4 and Pepsi, who he did a Super Bowl commercial with for Super Bowl 50 back in 2016.
I didn't mean what I was saying about the linebackers before.
Of course you did.
Oh, catch. Touchdown! We're going to the Super Bowl!
Alright, you guys let me know that wasn't in fact Chris Smoove in the Pepsi commercial. Instead, it was his doppelganger, Scooter Magruder. Now I'll admit to it, I f***ed up. But putting these guys side by side, you're telling me you guys don't see a resemblance at all? And in my defense, Chris posted the clip from the Super Bowl commercial on his personal Instagram with the caption #ad. Follow the link in my bio to find out how to win prizes from Pepsi for the hashtag PepsiSB50 sweepstakes. Then he followed it up with "These two nailed the kick" line. Granted, I probably should have realized when he wrote "These two nailed the kick" line that it wasn't him, but at a quick glance, I fully thought it was Chris. I looked at it quickly, I was like, it's on his Instagram, it's him, that's it. Turns out it wasn't. My bad. But feel free to clown me in the comments down below like you guys always do. Just like get creative with it. Telling me I suck is like a your mom joke. Just gets old, cuh. Now back to the man's wealth.
Say it ain't so, cuh.
Now for those of you that watched the Before They Were Famous on Chris Smoove, you guys know he keeps his personal life pretty private. For those of you that didn't, go watch it. Like right now. I'll wait.
11 minutes later.
Alright, so now that we're all on the same page here, let's get right into what the Splash Man spends all his bank on. I'm sure you guys won't be all that surprised when I tell you, I'm not too sure what he spends all his money on. In fact, because his personal life is so private, I'll be honest, it was really hard to make a video about this guy in the first place. But somehow we did it, and here I am talking about his rich life. So I will say I found an old video where he shows a car in his garage. In one of his videos titled "My Trip to San Francisco," Smoove vlogs his trip after being invited by EA to join some other YouTubers. In the video, he shows a white car, which to me looks like a Mercedes, but I can't say for sure. And I don't want to give you guys the wrong information, that's really not the goal here. So if you guys can let me know what car this is, you gotta let me know in the comments down below.
There's no way I could turn down an invitation like that. Off to San Francisco I go.
Now in the comments, people did say that Chris does have an Audi, but again, I can't say for sure. So I can't quote this car because I don't know what the actual car is. It has quite a nice interior though, so I would say it probably cost him at least around 50 grand. I mean, majority of luxury cars have the push to start feature, but then again, so does my Honda Civic, which costs less than 30 grand, so Really, what do I know? In the same vlog-styled video, Smoove shows off a pair of shoes, which are believed to be Jordan 1 Flight mids, which back in 2013 would retail for about 100 to 150 bucks.
Fit I got for today. Was it a new move to bust out the white pants in San Francisco with the blue kick?
There was also a skit that Chris shot with what fans were claiming was his old car. In the video, which is a prelude to his Madden 17 career mode, he says he's going to the pros and his priorities are to get a new haircut, a new car, and then a new house. In the video, the car, which is believed to be Chris's old car, is a Saab 900. Or is it Saab? I don't know, they don't make the cars anymore, so I really don't know how to say this. Now these cars are far from luxurious, with production ending in 1998. Considering how he posted the video in 2016, years after Chris would see a ton of success on YouTube, it's safe to say he definitely upgraded his whip. However, it is still important to mention the Saab, or Saab, however you say it, which would have cost him probably around $3,000 to $4,000 bucks at the time.
Car. This ain't a car, cuz. This is a old one. But I have to upgrade this. I mean, look at this. I can't be seen in this thing.
Now many of you guys know Chris has also been linked to having a longtime girlfriend. Again, no one knows her name, but she got her claim to fame when Chris included her in one of his YouTube clips promoting his merch and giving his girl a slap on the booty.
Giveaway rules are in the description as well. Now, just like last time.
Now when I tell you guys, literally almost every comment was skip to 121 and slow down the speed, or skip to 120 and thank me later, I am not joking. For all you guys that are going back to that video to watch him slap his girl's booty, you'll learn one day that there's other places to go for those things aside from YouTube. But Chris himself even made a YouTube account to look at booty shaking videos, which he explains in this video.
I made my account back in 2006. It was because I wanted to see this booty shaking video.
Anyways, enough of that, back to his girlfriend. Although we don't know her name or what she does for a living, there is a photo of the two of them in what looks like a European city. Did they take a fancy trip somewhere? Possibly. We don't know, because Chris doesn't really elaborate about his life. But what I do know is Chris's girl is wearing a Soho metallic leather disco bag by Gucci, which comes in around 1,300 bucks US. Now, although I can't talk too much on what this man spends his money on, I can talk about how much the man's potentially making on YouTube. Uploading videos on YouTube since 2008, Chris has been able to gain a following of over 4.5 million. In total, his channel has over 2.6 billion views, and his most viewed video, Black Panther Dunk NBA All-Star Slam Dunk Contest 2018, has just under 23 million views at the time of this recording. It's a recap of the 2018 Slam Dunk Contest with Chris's famous audio commentary.
Now Dennis Smith Jr. comes out and does a through the leg switching hands 360. Or is it a 360? Is it a 180? Is it a 2 something?
So let's on average Chris gets 0.003 cents per view, or $3,000 per million views. In this one video alone, he would have made just under $70,000. Now it is fair to say all of Chris's videos probably aren't monetized, especially ones including footage of the NBA, because the YouTube algorithm is pretty quick to copyright that stuff. But for the most part, Chris makes money off of his videos. With over 29 million views in the last month, Chris seems to be doing quite well for himself by covering news and updates from the NBA, especially now during the free agency frenzy. I wonder if he'll cover Kawhi when he signs. I'm sure he will. That'll probably be a big video for him too. On top of all this, he also sells merch, which has his famous catchphrases like "I make a splash man," "shot clock cheese," and "that's a smooth move." All plastered on t-shirts, hoodies, and even phone cases. Needless to say, Chris is a smart businessman and he's making sure he can make a full-time living, posting videos on YouTube and selling merch. We also can't forget about the partnerships he has with PS4 and McDonald's. Details for those partnerships haven't been released, but on average, influencers with over 1 million followers on a platform can get around $10,000 per post. Chris doesn't have an Instagram following nearly as big as his YouTube following, but with his loyal fan base, I wouldn't be surprised if a large corporation like 2K hooked their boy up with some cheese.
We gotta retake the lead. Shuck luck cheese! I'm going to the basket! Now the throwdown!
Alright guys, I'm about to wrap this video up, but we gotta cover that trivia question I asked at the beginning of the video. Like I said, it was actually a follow-up question from our Before They Were Famous video. If you guys haven't seen that, go check it out right now. We'll finish this video and then go check it out. In that video, I asked for Chris's original YouTube name, which some of you guys got. In this one, I wanted to know where the numbers come from in his original name. Turns out it's the area code he used to live in, the number 2, and the area code where he currently lives or moved to at the time. Explains it right here.
It's just area codes. 718 to 954. I moved from 718 to 954.
That's what those numbers mean.
I'm wrapping up this video here, guys. My name is Jared Bronstein. If you guys haven't subscribed to our channel, be sure to do that right now. Also, be sure to check out the Before They Were Famous we did on Chris. And let's just ignore the fact that I mistook his post on Instagram of the Scooter Magruder Pepsi ad for Chris. Or don't. Like I said, you guys can clown me in the comments down below because I will always own up to my mistakes and they're gonna keep happening. Sorry guys, I do the best I can, but we pump out a lot of content very quickly. You know, human, we make mistakes, it happens. You guys gotta let us know in the comments down below who you wanna see next. I promise I will not try to mess up as badly as I did in that last video, but I mean it makes for good content, so you guys could just comment down below how much of an idiot I am, so we all laugh at that, right? You guys can find me on social media at Bron7, I make memes which hopefully you'll find funny, probably not as funny as me messing up that Pepsi ad commercial, which is fine. I'm over it, I'll see you guys in another video.